Hey everyone, Garrett from Naked and Famous Denim here. Today I'm with Terry and we're looking at the new Craftsman Selvedge. All right, Terry, what can you tell me about this fine product?
All right, so this special Craftsman Selvedge is the latest jean in a kind of a long line of vintage-inspired pants. So you guys may remember way back when we did the mainline Selvedge, followed up by the Blue Jay Selvedge, and now we have the Craftsman Selvedge. So these are all kind of similarly styled vintage jeans with a kind of a lightweight white contrast. So what makes this jean special? So basically the real meat and potatoes of it is a 9-ounce 2x1 indigo jean with a nice white contrast stitching and a darker weft. But we're going to get more into that very soon.
Terry, you said 2x1. What does that mean?
All right, 2x1. So 2x1 is the twill type of this denim. Chances are that the jeans that you're wearing right now are 3x1 twill. So that means that for every one line of the weft, you're going to get 3 layers of warp. So the warp is on the outside. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, up, and then over 1. That's why there's a bit of a direction on your twill. And in this case, instead of being like 3 up, it's just going to be 1, 2 up, and then over 1. However, there's one more little detail that I'd like to point out on this little twill. Not only is it a 2x1 twill, it is also a left-hand twill. So you kind of cast your eyes down to this lovely fabric over here and see if you can get into focus. And you'll notice that the actual twill line runs from the bottom right to the top left, giving it a left-hand twill direction.
So that 2x1 twill, we're able to get a lighter weight fabric. Of course, it's going to be a denser weave as well. So it's very durable, less prone to snagging on things. They're going to be just as strong as pretty much any other modern day fabric.
Absolutely.
This is basically the fabric that guys had been wearing way back in the day when they were working in the mines, working on the railroads. If it was strong enough for them, it'll be strong enough for you. So don't worry about that 9-ounce fabric because it is very strong and very durable. All right, let's take a look at some of the details on this guy here. So starting from the top, we have, of course, the brown leather patch and pass through so you can put your belt through there. And then flipping over to the other side, we have the tin colored hardware rivets, a nice Selvedge coin pocket, tin colored buttons and button fly. And then moving down to the bottom, when we flip over the cuff, we can see that it actually has a gray weft. And this is actually, technically, it's not a gray weft, it's a Grandrel twisted yarn. So we have a black and a crew mixed together to get this, vintage gray color. So a really nice touch on that weft. And then moving over to the Selvedge here, we have a special Selvedge with full white on one side and then white with 2 blue lines. Again, a cool vintage detail you don't see very often. And then, as Terry earlier mentioned, we do, of course, have that white contrast stitch. So this is not going to be something you see too often on our jeans, but it is, again, a throwback to that retro old workwear style. And over here, I actually have a pair. This is from Bezad's personal archive, a pair of vintage overalls. And you can see here that white contrast stitch and that lightweight fabric. And if you put them side by side, it's not hard to imagine how this fabric would have looked very, very similar to this when it was brand new, before it was washed, before it was worn. So you can really see the parallels between these two fabrics.
That's right. And, just because this is a lighter weight fabric does not mean it won't fade. So we're actually going to get some great fades. We've got kind of a similar jean that we'd like to show off there, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of what kind of fade potential you can expect from a pair like this.
Yeah, some people, they think, oh, lightweight denim, it's not going to fade. But I can tell you for sure that it is indigo rope dyed, so of course it's going to fade. We have a pair of lightweight jeans here, not the same fabric, but just to give you an idea of what it could look like. Of course, you're going to have slightly less defined, slightly softer fades, but still a very beautiful looking fabric once it is worn.
That's right. So you may not get like those hard, sharp lines that you get from like a very heavyweight denim, but you're going to get them nonetheless. Also, I want to point out some couple other details which may make for a fun fading potential. Because you get that darker weft from those Grandrel yarns, the black and the white, any fades that you do get are going to pop a little bit more. It's going to be a bit more highlighted. So the blues will look a little bit brighter, a bit more like an electric blue when you fade on a darker weft. And it kind of like brings me to a couple other details I like. This little personal touches that I feel are kind of cool that sets it apart. One is that darker weft, but my real favorite, kind of hidden detail on these jeans here is the fuzziness of this. So they are remarkably fuzzy for a pair of Sans-Frise jeans. So normally, on a pair of Sans-Frise jeans, those hot rollers are going to burn it right off, and you're going to get a very smooth, glassy finish. These ones are looking pretty hairy, so it's going to make for a very comfy, very smooth experience on the body. And I just like hairy jeans.
I also like hairy jeans.
Just like hairy jeans.
All right. So as we were mentioning before, this is a heavyweight fabric for back in the day. Nowadays we consider it lightweight, but back in the day, this is the heavyweight fabric that basically built the continent. And I can prove it here. We have the 1897 catalog here, and if we open up,
we were there, by the way.
And we head over to this section here, you can see that it says they're overalls made from jet black 9-ounce heavyweight fabric. So that kind of tells you right here that back in the day 9-ounce was considered heavyweight. So again, today it's a lightweight, but back in the day, this was the heavyweight fabric. They did not have the technology to make 21-ounce jeans like we do today.
Yeah, absolutely. So you find any kind of miners, maybe railroad people, if you worked in forestry, they would have been wearing 9-ounce jeans, and they would have gotten an awful lot of real hard work done just fine.
Mm-hmm. So these jeans, where can we find them?
We can find them. So don't forget, you can head over to our Naked and Famous blog to check out the full list of retailers which carry them. And also, we're coming in a lot of cuts and sizes. So that means something for everyone. What do I mean by that? We're going to be having Super Guy, Weird Guy, Easy Guy, and True Guy. But also, we're going to be having Ladies Classic, the Ladies Straight Leg overall. And finally, we're also having the Zip Chore Coat. It's going to be a nice zip jacket. It's going to look really, really good in this lightweight fabric. I'm actually quite excited for that one in particular.
Yes, I could not agree more. I think this fabric really suits that zip jacket. It's going to look great. And I don't know if we made a ton of them, so if you're going to grab one of those, I would definitely be on that. So again, like you said, you can head over to the website, find the retailers there, and it's going to tell you which retailer has which fits and what they're going to be receiving. I think that pretty much does it.
That's it.
All right, well, if you've stuck all the way till the end, please make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.